Stansted hijacking, and I guess I was lucky. I was on a course. I was on a forward air controllers course, so I was quite close to Stansted. So I just got a call. I was the new guy, given a pager, and literally, pager goes off, and they're like, "Colin, you're the closest one, so get there and hold the fort." And I was like, "What? Get there and hold?" I'm like 24. I think I was 23 on selection. I was probably 24 by now. I'm gonna get there and hold the fort? What? It was mad. I remember driving in, in the Range Rover with all my sort of Darth Vader kit in the back. And as I drive into the gate, this Chief Super's sort of looking at me in the Range Rover, and he's looking behind me, and he's like, "Where's the rest of them?" And in my deepest voice, I'm like, "Oh yeah, the guys are just coming, And he said, "Right, that's great. Get in the main hangar and give the guys a brief in 10 minutes." And I'm like, "Yeah, will do." And I'm thinking, what? Give the guys a brief in 10 minutes? What am I going to brief them on? But it was mental, but it was great. I mean, it was a load of days, but I just love all the sort of funny stories from then, because people like to talk about the bombs and bullets stories, but I love all the sort of the funny stories, because it's funny things that gets you through these times when they happen. And I remember when it all kicked off, they said to me, "Right, Colin, we're going to have to get eyes and ears onto the plane. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this phone on the plane and, speak to the terrorist. And when they lift the handset, it's going to operate this little camera, and we're going to see everything on there." And I was like, yeah, James Bond stuff. So I get this phone, and it's like something from the First World War. It's like this size with a kilometre of cable. And I go out to the plane, and I chat, and I put this phone up. And then they close the door, and it cuts the cable. And I'm like, that's not going to fly. So I go back, and I'm like, that's not going to fly. And they're like, okay. So they've asked for food on there. So we're going to put pizzas on there. So I'm like, right, okay. So I put the Domino's jacket on. I go out there with the pizzas, and I chap on the door. And I put the pizzas up. The door closes. And I must have got about 3 steps. And then the door opens. All these pizzas come flying out. Ham and pineapple. They're not going to eat ham. So I was like, that's not going to fly. Anyway, it was carnage, but you always remember those funny stories from when these things happen before it all goes noisy.
Life or Death with Chris Ryan, brought to you by 1129 Media.